everybody. Welcome to Board Bros Day 8 Challenge. Today we'll be learning Introduction to SQL. So what is SQL? SQL is an RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. So in this today's lecture, you'll be learning why SQL is essential for AI, setting up SQL DB and running basic queries, learning how to do CRUD operation, that is create, read, update and delete in database, work with tables and data types efficiently. So let's go to part 1. Why SQL is crucial for AI. AI is data driven. SQL helps us store, manage, and retrieve structured data efficiently. Here's why SQL is a game changer. Because we'll use it in AI/ML models that is needed for structured datasets for training, chatbots and AI agents store and retrieve conversations, recommendation systems like YouTube algorithm that will give you the recommendation of this video, query language, large data set fast, data processing, clean and filtered data before training an AI model. So in real world example, you can see our YouTube recommendation system or the Netflix uses SQL to store users preference and recommended shows. AI fraud detection uses query large financial transactions in real time. So let's go to the setup and running our first query. So we primarily have two SQL types. One is SQLite and the other is PostgreSQL or MySQL. So MySQL or PostgreSQL is primarily used in office spaces and in real world, whereas our SQLite is a short and a small one that is built in with Python without any extra installations. So as we are board bros, we'll teach you only the best stuff that is available for the industry standards, and we'll be downloading MySQL for this project. So just copy this command that I would have put in the description. Pip install MySQL connector Python. And here you open any folder where you want to create it. So in our board bros folder inside SQL, I've opened the command prompt stating this, and I'll just paste our pip install. And once we run this, so yeah, here you can see successfully installed MySQL connector Python 9.2.0. So now next I'll copy the other command, that is pip install pyscopg2, and if I run this, you can see it is successfully installed. It's MySQL workbench. So what we'll do exactly here is we'll create a new SQL file and we will open or store it in sample.sql, which is present in our bot bros folder. So now if I have to create a DB, what I'll do is create database. Let me name it as bot bros AI, and then just I need to run this, and this here creates a DB called BBAI. So what I'll do is I'll go and say use DD BBAI and then say create a table name as BB data, that is bot bros data, and then just open the fields and say int or id, which is an integer. That will be our primary key, and then name varchar of 100, not null, and then just go outside, close the table data, and if I just run this, it will create a table for us. So for us to see what is exactly present in the table, we will do show databases. So this will show us all the databases present. We have BBAI, BotBros AI, DB1. So BBAI was the latest one we had created. Now let me do use BBAI and then say let's insert into BB, or if I forget what exactly is the table that is present in our BBAI, if I forget what the table that I had created, I just put show and say tables. If I run this, it'll show that I had created BB data. So now what I'll do is insert into our table and say insert into BB data values. Just open this and say, or I can open it here itself and say one, the name let's give it as Alice, and the second one let's give it as Bob. So now if I run this, you can see that insert value has been successful. So for us to see what the values exactly were present in the table, then I'll do select star, means to select all from the table BB data, and this will just show us what the values are present in BB data. So here you can see ID has 1, name has Alice, ID has 2, name has Bob. That is exactly the one that we had inserted into our database tables. So now if I had to go to the next topic, then that would be our CRUD operations. So what exactly is CRUD operations? CRUD operations means create, read, update and delete. So now we have seen how to create tables, how to insert data, and then now let's check upon how to update data. So update any data in any table. What you have to do is just go to the database and say update BB data and say set uh, id equal to 3 where the name is Alice. So now if I run this, you can see there is an error. You are unsafe update mode and you try to update a table. So what exactly is this error? So the error mainly was this ID is a primary key, and for us to update a primary key, we have to set ID to a safe or unsafe update mode. So instead of messing around with the primary key, let's insert or let's create extra values or columns into a table. So for us to add multiple columns into the same data table, what we do is just put alter table BB data, add column email varchar of 100 and add column created at. This will give the timestamp of when the user or the values have been added. So now if I run this, it'll say that alter table has been successfully completed. So now if I just go here and press select star from BB data, this you can see here ID, name, email and created at. So this was created on 8th March 1 1 o'clock 2 minutes 11 seconds, and even this was created at this moment. So now what we'll do is we'll insert extra values to our table. So what I'll do is insert into BB data values, and now let's add 3 and name them as Charlie, and then let's give Charlie an email ID that is care@gmail.com. Remember that the timestamp will automatically be created. Now let's create a fourth person named as Danu, and let's give an email ID for Danu as well, danu@gmail.com. Now if I run this, the insert didn't match the value. So the error that had occurred was I had to give now to make sure that it registers the exact time now. So if I run this, you can see that it has been solved. So now let's just see what exactly does our table have. Select star from BB data. So now if I run this, you can see that Alice, Bob, Charlie, and Dhanu and their respective time at which the data table was created at or the values were inserted at. Now you saw the update and insert operations. So now if I have to insert into the email IDs of Alice and Bob, how do you think I would proceed? So I would just go and update the table, that is BB data, and say set email equal to alice at gmail.com, and then I would proceed telling where name equal to Alice. So now if I run this, so now the error that had occurred was safe update mode. So to turn off the safe update mode, I have to just give one line telling set SQL safe update as 0, that is null. And if I run this, you can see it has been updated. So now let's just check what the output will be. Select star from BB data. So now if I run this, here you can see Alice was updated. So again, to set back the safe SQL updates to on, we will just remove 0 and put 1 in place of that. And that will set back the SQL safe updates as 1. And now before updating, you have to turn this on. So now we have understood the update mode as well. And read, you have been seeing select star, or you can select only few name or age based upon what exactly the requirements are. Select name from BB data, and if I run this, you can see only the names present. If I put name comma age and run this, it will give us an error. Why do you think the error was there? Because there was no age present in our table. So I'll put just ID and recheck it. Here you can see name and ID are being selected from our database. So here you have understood all the data of crude. Only thing which is left is delete option. Delete is a very crucial part, and make sure you do it only if you're confident. So now if I have to delete a value which has id equal to 2, I'll just go here and press delete where from users from table, that is dd bb data where id equal to 3. This means that I will be deleting the value whichever is present in the row 3, that is Charlie and their Gmail ID. So if I run this, here you can see one row was affected. So now if I just put select star from BB data and run this, here you can see that Charlie was deleted and now 4 has been updated to Dhanu. So this here, my friends, will complete the crude operations of SQL. So the challenge for today or the objective is to create a database called AI users. In that ID, name, email, age should be there. Insert 5 users into the table. Write a query to retrieve older data than 25. Update a user's age and delete a user. All these tasks have already been done in this lecture. You can follow it and complete the challenge for the day. Thank you.